Our first question will come from Jacob Rayburn and the Cardinal Sports Report.
Hey Kendall, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I can't complain. I'm healthy. I hope your family's healthy. And wondering your thoughts on camp so far. Just kind of give us a general overview of the DB performance so far and what you've seen from the defense as a whole.
The DBs as a collective, I feel like we made a lot of strides. I would say it's been a little bit difficult getting together sometimes and getting to talk about things, go through concepts, go through coverages, especially with the young guys. But I feel like a lot of the young guys have been making a lot of progress. A lot of the older guys have been making a lot of progress. So it's good to just see us as a collective coming together and getting stronger over camp so far. And as an individual, I feel like I've definitely made some progress too, getting back into the swing of things, doing well with my reads, my keys, and everything like that. So just out of the whole group, I'm definitely happy to see how far we've came.
Our next question will come from RJ Abadia and the Bootleg.
Hey, Kendall. Coach Shaw said that the secondary, along with offensive line, are probably the two position groups where you kind of all have to be working together and be on the same page to make it go. My first question is, how do you feel you guys are doing so far as a secondary in terms of communicating? And then how long does it take for a group in the secondary to come together based on your experience so far?
I'd say we're doing pretty well. Just considering that we have a newer group of guys playing together. Obviously Paulson is no longer here. But we still have some guys coming back together. We're just building chemistry with each other so far, and it's been going well. I feel like we have been doing well communicating. Coach Akina has definitely been getting on us, making sure that we're communicating. He definitely enforces that point. Lets us know that that's one of the most important things to be doing as a defensive back core. In terms of how long it takes, I say it depends. It depends on the chemistry, the friendships that y'all build, because I feel like the off-field friendships also make a significant impact on what happens on the field. So I feel like because a lot of our guys are very close, it has been easy for us to build that chemistry on the field as well.
And then just one quick follow-up. Do you feel like you've kind of found at home at the strong safety spot, or are you still getting some work in other places in the secondary?
I do feel like I've found a home at the strong safety spot. I definitely am very open to playing any position that I'm needed at. I know we do have some injuries and just some people banged up at different positions. So wherever I'm needed at, I will play if Coach Akina wants me to play there. But I do feel like I found a home at strong safety. I definitely enjoy it. I love playing that position.
Our next question will come from Janie McCauley in the Associated Press. Go ahead, Janie.
Hi, Kendall. I'm Janie. Nice to meet you. Thanks for doing this on a Sunday night. Talking to Thomas Booker just a few minutes ago, he was sharing a little bit about this group. I guess it would be maybe a support network for Black players, African Americans on campus, and student athletes, I believe is. Have you been part of this? What does that mean to you to have that leadership and you student athletes kind of coming together and saying, hey, let's discuss some pretty important issues for our community, for our country? What does that mean to you?
I have been a part of it. I'm a member. I'm trying to get a little bit more involved as well. And I feel like it means a lot. There's obviously over the past couple of months and really throughout like a lot of history, there's just been a lot of issues, a lot of social issues, social justice issues that have been prevalent in society. And I feel like sometimes we don't have those discussions, and sitting down and having those discussions and having groups that talk about these things and bring these things up is very important. So I definitely love what Cardinal Black is doing, and I am in full support of it. And it definitely means a lot to me and other African-American athletes on the team.
Have you guys made some specific strides yet, or is it too soon to know what the impact will be. I mean, this could be a significant thing for your campus.
Mhm. I feel like it's a little soon for me to just tell like the measure of the strides that can occur. I do feel a more of a community and a togetherness between African American athletes on campus. So I feel like just that impact can be significant, like you said, it can be great. But I feel like it may be a little early to tell just how far it can go.
What would it mean for some white student athletes to come and say, hey, we want to come see what you guys are doing and be a part of this potentially, I guess?
I feel like it would mean a lot. I feel like it would mean a lot to me, a lot of other colored athletes, and just knowing that we are all together and knowing that we are all brothers, regardless of skin color, regardless of anything, that we're playing this game, and just knowing that we're all in support of each other and in support of each other's humanity, in general. Just knowing that we're all together on this is definitely important to me.
One last one, if it's okay. You talked about the friendships off the field, and I guess when you guys came back to campus, you were in little pods of, I don't know, 4 or 5 guys, depending. Were you with some teammates who maybe were classmates, same year, but you got to know better, learn something new about somebody? Might you share a couple specifics about this teammate who did this skill that you didn't know about, that wasn't related to a football skill or something like that?
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed my pod. I was actually Thomas Booker was actually in my pod. Me and him were actually neighbors. A couple other guys, Jay Simmons, Bryson Tremaine, Houston. And I mean, one thing I could share would be Spencer Jorgensen. I didn't know that he surfed. So I know he had went out there to Half Moon Bay a couple of times and did some surfing and stuff like that. So that's something that I found out about him.
And was Thomas saying that it was Houston who carried rocks in his backpack to get his workouts, or was that somebody else?
Oh, that may have been him. I've seen Houston doing some crazy stuff outside, just running around and stuff like that. So yeah, it may have been. I'm not too sure though.
Does that work for Houston? That kind of.
So he's definitely a strong man. So I wouldn't doubt it.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Jacob Rayburn. Go ahead, Jacob.
Kendall, when talking with Coach Anderson, he mentioned some changes maybe to coverages for this season. I understand, without giving away things that are state secrets, what has that meant for you guys so far? I imagine you're maybe relatively early on into the install process, but have there been conversations about doing things a bit differently this year?
We have put in a couple different plays that I feel like have been successful in the past, or the coaches I felt like have been successful in the past, and they wanted to implement them this year. And then also taking out a couple other plays that we felt, I believe the coaching staff felt that maybe we needed to move past as a defense. So there has been a little bit of a change to the playbook, and I feel like it has been a smooth adjustment, just learning the new things and covering that.
We have time for maybe one more question. We'll head back to RJ Abadia to finish.
Hey, Kendall, just to kind of finish up on what Jacob was saying, Coach Shaw said he's emphasized to all his coordinators not to rush things and not to overload you guys with stuff, to kind of stick to a core group of stuff and work on mastering that. How has that gone for you guys? And do you feel like you can play faster when it's simpler?
I definitely would say yes. We've definitely been focusing in on some coverages specifically while implementing new things. There have been a couple ones Coach Aquino has really emphasized to us that we want to master, that we want to make sure we're perfect on. So it has allowed for all of our DBs to play faster, read our keys faster, see concepts faster, know how to react when we see certain things. So I definitely feel like it has helped.
Perfect. Thank you, Kendall.
No problem.
Thank you, Kendall.
No problem.
All right. Thanks, Kendall. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll send out the audio and the video shortly. Have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, you